we're sitting here 5 years from now, and thanks to your company, what are you looking back in 2024, amazed that from a healthcare perspective, women were X. What's changed, and what role has your company had in creating that change?
Hi, I'm Karen Collega, Chief Nursing Officer for PeriGen. And PeriGen, we are in the obstetric space. We apply AI to fetal monitor tracings and give early warning for that. In 5 years is really, really exciting because of so many of the changes in the industry. But what I think about most about in 5 years is hospital at home. And we will have the ability to have patients who are pregnant and maybe are having difficulties with their pregnancy have testing in the home and be able to transmit that information in real time and be able to give them those answers. The implications for the problems we're having with maternal deserts are huge. Remote access to care are huge. And I truly believe that is where we're going to see just massive growth in women's health there. One of the things we need to be cautious about is the digital divide because we don't want those future technologies to impact even worse and those who are having access to care. So we certainly are working with many of the different advocacy groups to see what's happening because there's a lot of legislation around that digital divide and making sure that broadband is available everywhere. That is a huge promise for the future.
Based on what you're doing today, if you could share one real outcome, short story or use case that is happening today and positively affecting the women that are using your product.
When you look at the intrapartum space, when a mom's on a fetal monitor, unfortunately, the majority of fetal injuries that occur during birth are considered preventable. And if you look at trends, it's all about failure to recognize trends that are worsening, and a lot of that is human factors. But what we do is apply AI to that to really make it objective information because historically it's a subjective interpretation, which I'm sure you know also has a lot of variance. So we have a partner in Louisiana who was able to realize a significant reduction in NICU admissions and at the same time not increasing the C-section rate because that's always that sweet spot. Typically when you really improve your neonatal outcomes, you see a rise in C-section rates, and we already have quite a high rate in the United States. So at aggregate levels we're seeing really great outcomes for neonates. As far as a specific story, we have our technology is installed in a clinic in Malawi, Africa, along with the Baylor College of Medicine. They have been able to realize an 86% reduction in stillbirths. I mean, that's phenomenal. I think they checked the stats 5 times because it seems not realistic. But yeah, over the last 2 years, we have, seen about 200, of 200 babies that are now living. That clinic has gotten the attention of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, and I had the opportunity to travel with that team to Nairobi, Africa, where we are looking at installing in 3 different facilities there, hopefully, and realize the same outcomes. I think the takeaway is that there's incredible potential to reduce poor outcomes in resource-limited areas, and we have some resource-limited areas in the United States. But there's a great video we have from Malawi of a patient that was a nurse at the clinic herself, and like many nurses, working through her pregnancy, and wasn't feeling great that day, and they put her on the monitor and used our technology, and it's just an incredible story that she says, without PeriGen, I don't think my baby would be alive.
Well, what I'm going to ask you to do, because I think so much of success is around your team and your company and the humans involved in your company, and you folks are the leaders. So I want you to come up with just 3 words that define your team, what keeps people excited, how you're being sure that you get inclusion of different voices, and given the time, literally 3 words or 3 phrases that best describe what differentiates the humans in your company?
I'd have to say joy in the workplace because it's so important, and passion for the mission for the company.